Can solar technology fuel modern life? For this video series, American Experience is traveling to 3 different climate zones across the United States to find out how and why people live off the grid. A 1-bedroom cabin in Minnesota.
Because of this lifestyle, I've just been able to do more things that I want to do.
A 25-acre homestead in New Mexico.
As a society, we have gotten away from the basics of just growing your own food, of raising your own animals, of taking care of yourself.
And an off-grid, family-run farm in northeastern Vermont.
We just hope to move the world in a better direction.
I'm Cierra Meyerberg.
I'm Kyle Helmberger.
We've been living off-grid for about 4-ish years.
I lived a couple years in Alaska. That's probably what planted the seed for living this way. And then after a couple years, it was like, okay, all my family's back in Minnesota, and Minnesota's a great place to live. Lots of outdoors, just like Alaska, lots of lakes.
I knew I always wanted to live in Minnesota. I love it here.
We both hunt, so, and Skeeter's a bird hunter, our dog, so he likes having the space. Some people think living off-grid means you're way out in the middle of nowhere, never gonna have contact with civilization ever again. But really all that it means to me is that you're not tied to the power grid. We decided to go off-grid because we enjoy being self-sufficient, and we also wanted to own our own home. So rather than taking out a loan for a house, because housing is so expensive nowadays, we thought that we would build a simple little place, own it free and clear, and then over time add on to it or make improvements. Run this in here quick.
He introduced it to me. I got more and more inspired to have more of a free lifestyle.
Which is probably the biggest reason. I mean, that's what it's always been about for me, is being able to spend time together. And then when we have kids, being able to spend time with our kids.
Good boy. Wake up and first thing we do is start the wood stove and make coffee. Got to get the coffee to get us going and motivating us to get the chores around here done.
Living without running water, we don't have a faucet where we can get water, so I'm always melting snow.
A lot of chopping wood, melting snow.
So this is the temporary shower right now. So I melt that snow, and then I'll fill this up. That stock pot is 5 gallons, and this is a 5-gallon jug, so 1 full stock pot is 1 full jug. And then if you crack the nozzle on this, you actually get really good water pressure out of it, and it's all just gravity. So that's a really simple way to have a sink or a shower. Basically with off-grid living, everything just takes a little bit more time because you don't have a thermostat that you can just, set and then walk away. You can't just throw dishes in a dishwasher and walk away. You have to do it, so it just takes more work and more time is all.
A lot more rewarding though, for sure.
Yeah, it's more rewarding. You feel like you're more connected to things and you don't take things for granted. Solar panels charge a few different batteries that we have, and then especially during the winter in Minnesota here, when you're not getting much sunlight, you do have to top off the batteries with the generator once in a while. You're just running the generator a lot more during the winter compared to during the summer when you're actually getting that sunlight. This is our closet and our mechanical room basically. So this is the solar power system. So from the solar panels, there's a cord that comes in and charges these batteries. This cabin is wired just like a normal house would be, but then instead of the wires landing into an electrical panel, they land into the batteries. It looks like we're bringing in 175 watts of solar, so the sun is actually charging this battery right now. And this is the one we mainly use because it's the biggest one.
What I miss the most about when we lived on grid was just being able to plug in anything and not have to worry about it or not even think about it.
Water is everything. I miss running water. It just makes everything so easy, so fast. Just going up and turning a faucet, and then even having hot water on demand is awesome. The power situation too, with solar and batteries, you only have so much, so there's limitations with certain appliances.
I would just love to be able to plug in my Keurig, but with being off-grid, you have to put those things into consideration of how much power do we have on the batteries. We are planning on growing this homestead and getting more animals on the property, a bigger garden this year and for the years to come, and one day have a family.
We're learning it all as we go, so we try not to bite off more than we can chew. Kind of take baby steps where over time, maybe in 10, 20 years, we really have it going on out here. The goal is to try to be as self-sufficient as we can.